Hey everyone, Haley Jensen here from Cache Valley Crates, and I just want to thank you for being here. I know who's watching this presentation. I know you don't have a lot of time, and I know it's very valuable, so I'm going to go as quick as I can and try to pack as much value as I can into the time that we share together. And I'm really excited you're here. I really hope that whether you ever spend a dime with me or not, that you get something out of the next few minutes that can have a big impact on relationship that you have with somebody who's very valuable to you, whether that's somebody in business or somebody in your personal life. I think there's a big takeaway here. So we're going to talk about how in Cache Valley you can take control of the number one factor that's affecting staff turnover rate. And that's the problem that we're focused on, all while blessing the lives of a lot of people that both you and I care about. And I just want to show you how Cache Valley Crates the gift box is part of a bigger strategy that's focused on one thing for Cache Valley businesses, and that's turnover rate. Okay, so in this video, just really quick, I'm going to show you the number one factor affecting job satisfaction and your turnover rate, how most businesses are actually doing it wrong, how you can do it right, and how Cache Valley Crates can help. Just by way of quick introduction, my name is Haley Jensen. I live out in Clarkston. This is my husband Bob and I and our 5 kids. We've lived in the Valley for 23 years, and in the past 23 years between us, we've built 3 successful businesses. So Bob and his brother and sister-in-law have built Distinctive Landscape. You probably see their trailers around the valley. If you see 2 cute girls out weed whacking and mowing, that's my daughters. And I've attempted several businesses and succeeded at 2. But the reason I tell you that is because I want you to understand where I'm coming from and why I created Cache Valley Crates. So we get staffing stress. Like, we have been in the trenches doing this for a long time, putting together a crew of people who are willing to run a shovel in the hot sun for long hours all summer long is very difficult. Finding somebody who is willing to clean up dog poop in the middle of the night is really difficult. So we have been doing this for a long time, and especially the last couple of years, this has been stressful almost to a breaking point. Like, it has been rough. And so that's where I'm coming from. That's why I have sold my businesses, and now I'm just focused on one thing. Cache Valley Crates is here to solve this problem, and we've looked at it from several angles, and we have some exciting things to share. And that and this reason too. So this isn't news to any of us. We know that we're in the recession and that it's not getting any better before it gets any worse. And there's also one other factor that you've probably heard of, or maybe heard of, and it doesn't have anything to do with the recession or the pandemic, but that is the fact that baby boomers are retiring at a faster rate than young people are entering the workforce. So that means the workforce is actively shrinking in the United States currently. And so this is a real problem that we're going to have to step up to and address. So that's why I created Cache Valley Crates. We are here to just do one thing: make your team happier. And we actually have a couple of services that I'm super excited about to do that, to address the top factors affecting turnover rate. But I'm only going to talk about one today, just the one. And the purpose of this isn't just rah, here's your gift box, good job. But we have a very specific strategy to make them feel seen, your team members heard, and appreciated. And I just want you to get this number in your mind for a second if you don't have it already. I've talked to several business owners over the last several months. Many of them know exactly what their turnover cost is, and some don't. So if you don't know what it is, I'm going to let you read this on your own. I want you to calculate in your mind what percentage of your people leave and have to be replaced every year, and what are you paying them? So what is your actual turnover cost? And that may seem like a lot, half of that person's yearly salary, but I've talked to business leaders who say it could be at least that much. It may even be more than that, depending on the position that you're talking about. So it's a significant cost. But what if I was able to propose a strategy to you that could potentially cut that cost in half? And what if we didn't even cut it in half? What if we just cut a portion off of it? What if we could just keep one person around for you that would have left otherwise? What would that be worth to you? I just want you to kind of hold that number in your mind while we go through how to do this. And that's just the monetary side. That's not even mentioning the stress on you and others when somebody leaves, and the pain is real. I know, I've been there. And I know what you feel like as a business owner. I know that you are carrying the weight and the risk and the responsibility of the business, that you have so many things to take care of and think about. You're taking care of your clients. You've got the logistical side, you've got the regulatory side, all these things. So when it comes to nurturing relationships and taking care of your staff, everybody knows it's important, but I know that it feels like it's just one more thing. And a lot of times we feel like the fact that I'm here working longer hours than anybody, taking more risk than anybody, carrying a heavy burden than anybody so that you can have a job, like that is my appreciation. And that's a pretty big appreciation. That's how I express I'm grateful that you're here. And it can be hard. And so that's what I had in mind when I created this, because that was the number one feedback I got from business leaders is if there's going to be a service that does this, it's got to be hands-free and easy for me so that I can focus on what I actually signed up for, which was helping my clients. Okay, so let's dive right into the meat of it. The biggest factor affecting job satisfaction, did you know that it's a feeling of being appreciated? Isn't that crazy? Like a lot of times the first thing we think of is the wages or the benefits or the environment and all these other things. And this isn't just my opinion. This is study after study has shown again and again, when it boils right down to it, the people who stay long and the number one cause for people leaving is a feeling of being appreciated. So why aren't we addressing this one factor as carefully as we address some of the other things? And that's a good question. We usually don't approach this as a science. We just kind of do what we can here and there. Okay, there is a very specific strategy behind helping somebody genuinely feel appreciated. And I want to give you an example. I want you to think about a time that somebody expressed appreciation to you that you have never forgotten. Like it had a big impact and it's been burned into your memory. It probably had both, maybe one, but probably more likely both of these factors. Number one, it was probably unexpected. And number two, it was probably very specific or personal to you. And this is where we struggle as businesses. And it's because we're under that rock. We have a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to take care of. And so we don't really have a lot of headspace to be making tokens of appreciation in a way that has a real impact. So probably one of the first things you thought of when you thought of Cache Valley Crates and how you could use this with your business is, awesome, we could use these for our corporate Christmas gifts or our practice gifts, Christmas gifts, right? However, that's not what your people want. What they actually want is a Christmas bonus. Even if it's just a small $50 or $100 bonus, that's what they want. And here's just a little tip. They want it in November so they can actually have time to order things for their family and get it here on time. But the point is this. For most businesses, when we actually make a real gesture of appreciation, we give a gift and we acknowledge the person and we do the thing, it's at the most obligatory time of the whole year. It's like 100% expected. And so it doesn't have that same impact that it could have if you actually did this the correct way. And what do we say? Thanks for all you do. That is like the most generic, watered down expression of appreciation. You can say that to anybody. And that's usually what we say. And that doesn't create an experience that someone will actually remember, and it doesn't make somebody actually feel seen and understood and genuinely appreciated. It's nice. By all means, it's nice. It's nice that you actually check the box, but when you do that, when you do the Christmas thing, and when you say thanks for all you do, it's pretty obvious that that's what you're doing, is you're checking the box, the relational box. And so that's why your team doesn't really feel seen or heard or understood or appreciated when you do those things more than just minimally. So here's how to do it right. This is how to turn your thank you into something that will have an impact that they will never forget. You need to acknowledge just once someone's unique contribution. Everybody has something that they bring to your business or practice that is irreplaceable. For example, Sarah, thank you for being you. Your humor keeps it light and makes us all laugh, and it really makes a difference it really makes a difference. Thank you for that. So Sarah knows that she has a sense of humor that nobody else does, and that she really makes an impact that would be irreplaceable if she left. But how often does that get acknowledged? It would mean the world to her if somebody just acknowledged that. Or what about this? James, thank you for being here from the beginning. We know that you are the only one that's been here from the very beginning, and that you didn't have to, and that you've passed up other opportunities to be here. And we recognize that, and we appreciate your loyalty. Something simple like that. James knows that he has made sacrifices to be loyal to you all these years, and that he's the only one that's been around with you from the beginning. But has that specific thing ever been acknowledged? Do you see how powerful this is to just once acknowledge someone's unique contribution? And you don't need to do it again and again and again. You don't want it to be contrived or inauthentic. If you just say it once, that will last a lifetime. And then you need to do it at an unexpected time, not when it's obligatory, not, hey, it's Christmas, we have to do the thing, we have to say the thing, put out the cards. Just do it at a random time. You want to completely catch them off guard. If you catch them off guard and you acknowledge their unique contribution, they will genuinely feel appreciated, and that will make a huge impact on them. It'll mean the world to them. How Cache Valley Crates can help. Okay, so this is where you're under the rock and you're thinking about a million things at one time. I know, because I've been there. So how do you, you have all these balls jungling in the air, how do you remember to thank so-and-so for what they do, and to acknowledge what so-and-so contributes, and to point out what somebody does? Well, we will put together a custom gifting plan for you to create an experience and put it on autopilot for you. And if you don't know everybody's unique contribution, that's fine. Somebody in the office does. You know that there's somebody there who is a relational person who probably knows what each person contributes. And so we'll contact you, we'll contact them, you can put us in contact with them. We will make sure and actually make sure that each person has been acknowledged once for something unique that they contribute. And we'll have a gifting plan for you that you can, if you want to give Christmas gifts, then by all means, if you can afford to give the bonus and the Christmas gifts, then Cache Valley Crates is going to be an awesome Christmas gift by all means. But we can set up plans for you, and you can do as many gifts as you want per year. You can do one gift per year. If you've got somebody who you pay less than $8,000 a year, it's probably only going to be worth it for you to use one or two gift credits. If you invest more than that in an employee, you're probably going to want to give more gifts than that per year. So we will acknowledge National Recognition Days. Did you know every position has a National Recognition Day? Everybody. Like the first week of September is National Vascular Nurses Appreciation Week. Did you know that? Guess what? Your people do, thanks to social media. Social media knows who they are, and they're going to make sure they know that. But your people don't necessarily expect you to know that, because they know you're under that rock carrying all that responsibility. So, and yes, that week you can say, hey, thanks for all you do, right? But what if you just went a little bit farther and there was a unique industry-specific gift with a card that acknowledged their unique contribution for each individual person? How much of a difference would that make? What about birthdays? If you're not already acknowledging birthdays, we'll take care of birthdays if that's what you want to do. What about work anniversaries? And you may think, okay, so if we send out a birthday gift, this year, then it won't be unexpected next year. They'll expect it every single year, and it'll become the obligatory thing. There are lots of excuses to give a gift of appreciation and to acknowledge a person, and you can mix it up so it doesn't become obligatory every year. You can send one just because. You can send one get well. You can send one to a spouse. What do you think that would mean to a person if somebody's spouse is struggling with a serious illness and a get well package showed up from your company or practice for them? What would that mean to them? It means that they're seen. It means that you are seeing what's happening in these people's lives and you care, right? And we have a wide variety of gifts. I'll talk about that in just a second. But we also work with local florists to do sympathy flowers. New baby gifts. Thank you. Congratulations. There's lots of excuses to make a gesture of genuine appreciation. And like I said, you only need to acknowledge the contribution once. And then, for every gift after that, if there's something specific to say, then by all means say it. But you can say thanks for all you do. And it's going to be understood. They will know that you have seen what they contribute because you have already done that. So Cache Valley, the boxes, they're branded for you. As soon as you sign up for a package subscription, then we print off labels or stickers with your brand and your name on them that go both on the box and on the card inside, so they know exactly who it comes from. It includes a specific message. We already talked about that. We'll work with you or a point of contact at your practice or business, designed to create an experience more than just what I've already talked about. Like, these boxes are really unique. They're story based. They give a little bit of Cache Valley history or lore inside just a little tiny story on a card. Each of the vendors takes a card to explain who they are and their backstory and the town that they live in, so that you really connect with the people who made these things in the box. And they're 100% Cache Valley sourced. 100% Cache Valley source. That means you and I know these people. They're our friends. They're our neighbors. We care about these people. And just a little insight into, if you've never made and sold something and tried to compete with convenience on the mass market, it's very difficult. Most of these vendors aren't selling enough to make it worth their time or to make any real amount of money off of it. They do it because they love it and they're passionate about it and they have great stuff. So this is really making a difference. We have, when I first made this slideshow, we had just over 100 vendors, but more and more keep getting on every single day. And pretty soon we're going to be passing 200. I'm sure we'll surpass that. But they are so excited to be able to create these unique things that nobody's ever asked them to make before. We made this cute little vet tech thing that was specific for them, a gift box just for vet techs that acknowledged what they specifically do. And we're not placing small orders here. These are big orders, and this is really exciting. I love this little meme when you buy from a small business, an actual person does a happy dance, because I've lived that. I have been that person that has gone out with my husband and we celebrated because somebody who wasn't my mom bought my thing that I had worked so hard towards and sacrificed so much and took a chance on. So just to give you an idea of how many vendors we support each month, there's the monthly seasonal box, the little seasonal gift box that you've probably seen. There's 5 to 7 vendors featured in those, but also we have 5 to 7 vendors in a baby box. We have one in a Get Well box, which is different. It has specific Get Well gifts. We have industry specific gifts, just like this, like I said, the vet tech thing that we created up here. Sympathy flowers. We even have dude gifts. And if you have dudes working for you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there's the male and female versions of the goodies box. But if you have dudes, like, they are not interested in a box of goodies. They want the game tickets and they want the auto detail and these kind of things. We have something for everyone. So we've spread the support out across a lot of vendors. So within the course of a year, we can support a couple of hundred vendors in a big way. This is really awesome. I'm just so excited. Okay. So to wrap it up really quickly, what we've just covered, the number one factor affecting job satisfaction and your turnover rate is actually a feeling of being appreciated, something we just take for granted that we haven't really focused on, a lot of us. How most businesses are doing it wrong. We do it only at the obligatory times, and we say the same generic thing to everybody, so they don't actually feel that appreciated. How you can do it right. You need to acknowledge at least once somebody's unique contribution, and you want to catch them off guard. Do it when they're not expecting it, when it's not obligated. and how Cache Valley Creates can help. We can put it on all on autopilot, a gifting plan that finds your dates. We know those dates of the National Vascular Nurses Recognition Week or whatever it is. And we'll make it happen and plan it out well ahead of time so you don't have to. And obviously that helps our other Cache Valley businesses in a big way. Let me just ask you a quick question. What if this didn't actually reduce your turnover rate? What if your team is already happy and loyal? That's awesome. Thank them. They deserve it. And I'm sure you are already thanking them and showing appreciation in a meaningful way, because if you weren't, they wouldn't be happy and loyal, right? You can tell when businesses take really good care and their people feel very appreciated. But if all this did for you was to give you a really unique local way to express your appreciation in the way that you already are, would that be worth it? Let me ask you this. What if all you were doing, all the other benefits aside, was supporting Cache Valley vendors who are often producing from their home and supplementing their family income? Would that be worth it? And then let me ask you this too. Who else is likely to benefit from this? If these relational principles and showing appreciation works for team members, obviously it works for our families too. If we could implement these things with our families, what kind of a difference would that make in the relationships that mean the most to you? And also, what do you think the impact it's going to have on our team members' families if they finally feel genuinely appreciated and very happy and content in their role at their job? Do you think that's going to affect the whole family? Of course it is. And of course your customers are going to pick up on it. Even the whole community picks up on that. You can probably identify in your mind a couple of businesses in Cache Valley who you know take good care of their people. And you know it's not just their staff they take good care of, it's the customers and everybody. Do you see how far this ripple can go? It's awesome. Okay, so here's what you'll get with the package that I've got here on the website, the Cache Valley Crates. With one package, you get 12 gift credits that you can use for whatever you want. We'll set them up on a gift plan, and you can reserve a couple of credits to use for the Get Well gifts or the sympathy flowers or whatever it is. One-time setup gifting plan. It's hands-free. We just take care of it after you set it up once. You or an office manager or somebody else, a point of contact, can set it up. We give custom branding for you, personalized notes of appreciation like we talked about, and you're also supporting local entrepreneurs. So let's go back to that number that we talked about in the beginning. What is your current turnover rate in reality costing you? And what if we could cut that down just a little bit? So our package is $897, and that will take care of a whole year for 3 to 6 employees. And then, if you want multiple packages to take care of more than that, then you can do that. But that's just investing a couple of $100s into somebody who you are paying thousands and is worth thousands to you every year. And that's just employees. So what about your prime clients? Do you see how you can use this in multiple ways? Who pays you tens of thousands of dollars a year or more for your services, and how loyal are they? Can you imagine them getting a little gift in the mail from you saying, hey, thanks. You've been with me for a lot of years, and I really appreciate it, and thank you. That's it. Who's doing that? They would love that. What about your personal relationships? All of us have like those 4 to 6 people who a couple times a year, it comes up the same thing. What are we going to do for your mom for Mother's Day, right? What are we going to do for Christmas? What are we going to do for your dad's birthday or whatever? You can set them up on the family gifting plan, on the whatever, the gifting plan, and get something really unique in the mail from Cache Valley. So do you see how this can be used in lots of different ways? Okay, so this is where you go, is www.cachevalleycrates.com. And you can see the videos right there on the site too. And claim your spot. Here's the thing. We only accept 10 new service packages per month because we genuinely are committed to fulfilling on this. And we have local people, very small sellers, making these things. So we can't all of a sudden give massive orders to them that they're not expecting. So we're growing at a very steady pace. So jump on and get your packages while you can. Because if you don't, the availability might not be there. And there's also no risk for getting signed up. I'll talk about that in just a second. But here's how you do it. You click on the button, I'm in, sign me up, and then you pick how many packages you need. One package will take care of about 3 to 6 part-time employees per year, or more, depending on how many you want to do. If you just want to do one gift per year for each employee, that's up to you. You can use that however you want. And then we'll contact you within 48 hours to schedule a welcome call and plan a time to get your gifting plan set up. And then you save our number and just give us a call or a text or an email anytime you need to do the Get Well gift, or you need to do the sympathy flowers, or you just want to send something just because, something out of schedule. Just let us know. Or you want to make a change, you want to add more packages, whatever. Just let us know and we'll get you taken care of. And there's 100% no risk. So if, like I said, if you just jump on to claim your spot right now, and then tomorrow you think it's not a good idea or I shouldn't have done that or whatever, just let me know and we'll get you canceled and refunded. It's not, there's no risk to you to try. If you aren't absolutely loving it at any point during the year, just let us know. We'll get you canceled and we'll refund you for whatever credits you have left. We will take care of you that way. I just want to make one final promise to you. So I know where you are. I know this is you because I have lived this for many years. And I know that if you are just kind of inspired by this and you think that's really awesome, I'm going to look into it, or I'm going to talk to so-and-so and we'll think about it, whatever. You and I both know there's like a 90% something chance that you're going to go back under this rock, be thinking about all the things that you have to take care of, and it's never going to happen. And what's going to happen is you're going to miss out. So, and I'm not trying to be like overly dramatic here. Obviously, I'm trying to make a sale because I 100% believe in this service and its value for all of us. But there's some truth to this, that the flowers that could have been sent during a really, really meaningful time aren't going to get sent. Or maybe just a gift of appreciation that would have meant the world to somebody when all they wanted to do was be seen and acknowledged isn't going to get sent. And our vendors are going to miss out on the opportunity to serve you. Your team's going to miss out on the opportunity to be a part of something that's really exciting. It's really kind of a movement in Cache Valley. It's been fun. It's been really exciting for everybody who's been involved. So I just want to invite you to go to the website now and claim your spot before it's gone. And then, if you need to make changes down the road or whatever, we'll be more than happy to take care of you. But we want to serve you. We want to help you out during this really critical time. So I'm just going to conclude with one little bonus that I didn't tell you about. I want you to write this address down, not go to it, because I want you to go to cachevalleycrates.com right now. So write this address down, spotthestation.nasa.gov. And when you go there, you're going to see a map. And I want you to zoom in on Cache Valley, which I think is number 2. And click on that, and it's going to give you a list of times. Pick a time when the weather's good and the skies are clear, and I want you to find a young person who means a lot to you. If you don't have kids, everybody has kids that they love, whether they're their own or somebody else's. But pick a time that you can bundle up and go outside and watch this thing. So this is the International Space Station. It's the brightest thing in the night sky, second only to the moon, and it takes about 4 to 5 minutes for it to go completely across the sky. It is always staffed by 6 to 7 people, and it is going at 17,500 miles an hour, which means it's orbiting the planet every 90 minutes. So I want you to go out with a child and watch this thing go across the sky, this bright spot, and I want you to tell them that what they're seeing is about 6 people who have worked their butts off to get where they're at. And they have achieved something that few people in the history of the planet have ever achieved. And you can look up their names, their bios, you can find all kinds of facts and stuff. There's, a gym on board. But one thing that the space station has on board is a 360-degree bay view window. And I want you to tell them somebody is sitting in that window right now, and they are seeing things and experiencing things that you and I can't even imagine. And they earned it. And it's awesome. Anyway, it'll be a neat moment. It'll be fun. Unless you have teenagers, then half of them will think it's cool and half will think it's lame. I'll be honest. Anyway, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. Thank you for serving Cache Valley with your business or practice and contributing to what we have here that's really unique and really awesome and why we all live here and want to raise our families here. I appreciate it. Okay, bye.